in the midst of whatever we're experiencing, like this other thing, here comes Elon Musk, and we know he's a made guy. He's not real. But with astrology, sometimes it doesn't give a shit, right? And all of a sudden, we have this kind of expansive moment. And then the other side begins to lose their minds, right? We're going to leave. We're going to quit. We're going to move to Canada. Can't tell you how many things, sometimes I've seen that.
Mhm.
And it may not be, Elon Musk may not be really the best person to try to bring this home, but he's a symbol. And what we could see with this whole Twitter thing is symbolic of that expansion after going through a contraction period. Like we're just looking at this agnostically. That's all I'm doing.
I get it, but I'm just curious in terms of like, because you know, in terms of like what counts in astrology, like giant faked fictions count.
Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes it doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why. Because let's say, for instance, this giant fake fiction, for whatever reason, somebody might be feeling really down.
Mhm.
And they may be considering something that might be unpleasant or harmful, maybe to themselves or to another person. And then all of a sudden, this giant fake fiction comes along. And for whatever reason, that person says, oh, cool. You know, Donald Trump may come back on the Twitter. Well, we know that that's not really that big of a deal.
Right.
But for that person in that moment, it's kind of like the next thing they could hold on to, right? In order for them to stay in the game, believe it or not. So I'm not disparaging them. And it's hard to come across real golden nuggets in our game now that are untainted and pure, and that really do represent this kind of hermetically sealed moment of expansion, right? They can be there. Don't get me wrong. They can be there. But in this moment, somebody like that says, okay, this is cool. I can stay in the game for a while. And maybe he treats his kids a little better, or she treats her kids. Do you know what I mean? It has these, it may be a soporific, but in that moment, it might actually mean something. Now, there could be something contracting that comes along and says, oh, well, fuck, this is fucked up. So that's just right off the top of my head, a superficial example.
It's reinforcing to me the idea of the Maya and how this whole game is made up. So it really kind of doesn't matter.
Well, yes and no, I think. In some ways, it doesn't matter. In other ways, it does matter. That's the paradox of the world we live in, right? It's like you're the center of the universe, but you're not.
Clearly.
Right? Exactly.